Speaking of distinguished rock artists,
Rob
Rock
Flynn.
and Roll Hall of Fame announced the nominees for the Rock Hall, which isn't even the fun. I don't even know why they do this. Why do they?
So we can know what bands got rejected and feel bad for them and complain about it. They just want a few news cycles. So this way they get today and then when they announce the actual inductees.
And so that everyone gets pissed off about all the artists that they thought should be.
They're just milking more publicity, that's all.
So here's all the artists, and we can go through them and predict if they'll actually get in.
Do we want to say if they actually will or if we think they deserve it?
Let's do both.
Well, we could do both.
Okay.
Well, with this list, it starts with the notorious B.I.G.
Both deserves it and will get in.
Yes.
Yes, 100% locked to get in.
In fact, I can't believe that Biggie Smalls is not in yet.
Well, there's like time for it's
the
like
rule
20
is 25 years
25
since
years?
your first recording.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
I could have sworn some people got in before 25 years
No.
were up. Really? Okay.
That's the rule. I mean, I don't know.
I believe
As we go down the list, you'll hear some artists who are like, wait, it's been way more than 25 years. How aren't they already in?
That definitely. So here we go. So Notorious B.I.G. deserves it. Will definitely be in. And other first-time nominees include Whitney Houston. What? How is she not in?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't know. She will be. She's very famous.
Can we just backtrack for a second? Hasn't it already been more than 25 years? It's like been 25 years since he was shot, Biggie Smalls. Right?
Was it? What's 25 years ago?
95? Well, for this is
Yeah,
going to be
there you go.
2020. But that's when he was shot.
His first commercial. Oh, well, I mean, maybe, yeah. I mean, he could have been nominated a few years ago, but they waited.
Okay.
Whitney Houston, though, I mean, her first thing was in the early 80s, so what the hell's been the holdup
that's
there?
bad. Maybe because, was it the drug angle? Maybe they were like...
Yeah, like everybody in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has a drug angle.
I think, well, two things. One, there's a bigger stigma against, like, crack use, I would say.
Fair.
More so than
Sorry,
heroin.
Amy
and
Winehouse. You're going to have to wait.
More so than, like, Motley Crue type of drugs and stuff like that. And the other thing
Well,
is...
Motley Crue, the type of drugs was heroin, but...
No, I
crack
said,
you were saying.
I'm saying
sorry.
crack. I think there's some, frankly, a racial
Yeah,
stigma
for
to it.
sure.
Other than like bougie white drugs, you would say like coke. But the other thing is, like, she was prominently in the news, probably doing, being portrayed as a crazy person.
Yeah.
When her eligibility probably came up, so
And
maybe
then-
that did something.
And then also now it's like, what's the rush? She's dead. It's not like we're going to get a great performance out of this, so we'll get to her when we get to her.
So then why do it now?
I guess they needed a round number.
Maybe
and
they
she
maybe they just waited till she faded more out of the public
Yeah.
consciousness. I don't know. Well, good for her.
Also, Soundgarden, I think they deserve it, and I think they'll get it.
Yeah, with him, is this their first eligibility? Then
These
yeah,
are
with
all
him
first
he
time.
died.
having died. Yeah,
If he didn't die, maybe not.
yeah, that's
Agreed.
for sure. Yeah.
Although, I think just because there's so few big-name rock bands even, that I feel they would have got in.
Just to have the performance.
Just to have a big...
Someone's who's gonna like Eddie Vedder is gonna perform Soundgarden songs or something.
Probably. Jerry Cantrell.
Yeah.
T-Rex.
That's the one where I was like, how the fuck is T-Rex not already in? They he sort of invented glam rock. How are you not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
I get, but I mean, in my mind, like, and when I, maybe I'm just have a skewed perception. I don't think of T-Rex as like, wow, they're a lock, like an all-time.
I do.
great
I don't
band.
know.
Not that I don't like them or that they're bad. Just I don't see them on that level of, like the Rolling Stones.
But also, well, no, they're
I'm not
on
sure
that
I've heard.
level.
What were their
You've
jams?
heard T-Rex. You have definitely heard Bang a Gong.
Yeah.
Jeepster. There's a lot. You've definitely. It's in a lot of commercials. It's super catchy, like glam rock.
Right.
Yeah.
Bang a
I
Gong.
mean, it's just
Oh, okay.
And the thing is, like, all the voters are like those typical kind of Rolling Stone reading, like 70s rock dudes who like totally worship T-Rex. So how, like, on no level does it make sense that they're not already in. But he should get in. It's really one guy. It's one of those bands.
It's dope.
Yeah. And he's been dead for like 30, 40 years. He's been dead for a very long time. Mark Bolan, I believe, right?
So, also,
Want to hear some T-Rex?
Yeah,
or no?
let's do it. Okay, yeah.
That's enough. Should I shut it off then?
Yeah, I mean, I know the song. I get it.
He died in 1977. So
Well, someone in our audience might not know it. Jeez. Rob.
Yeah.
Well, it's a copyright violation.
T-Rex,
All right. Okay. Fine.
absolutely fantastic.
Also, Motorhead. How is Motorhead not? I like
That I'm surprised by. Well, it's been 87 years since their first recording.
this. I'm iffy about. I don't know.
Just because it's been this long and they haven't gotten in, so maybe they still won't.
What are they? The Susan
And it's
Ricci
been
of-
this long since he's been dead, and this is their first nomination.
I would. Here's my prediction: should be in, will not get in.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think you're right. They're not. They're not that. They're like at a certain level of fame with like real rock fans, but not like mainstream fans.
Agreed.
Well, that's how I feel about T-Rex.
I feel like they're almost seen as a one-hit wonder, which is inaccurate. But like to people
They're
that
no hit wonder.
Yeah.
Do they really have hits?
Ace of Spades, I think.
I don't think that was a
but
big
that's-
hit. It's a well-known, great mega.
Well, now I think-
Motorhead song.
But you
Now-
don't hear it on the radio, do
You hear it everywhere.
I
don't
never
know.
hear.
You hear it in
well, you're more
commercial.
tuned into metal.
Yeah.
I feel.
I
I'm
mean, I
talking
don't know.
about like outside metal into the larger world.
Yeah,
of
I
music.
feel like I hear it in mainstream, like not in yeah.
All right.
All right,
But I don't think they're going to get in. The weird thing also, only the classic lineup is nominated, which is with Fast Eddie and Phil Taylor, I think. But like the guys that were in the band the longest are not nominated. Phil Campbell and Mickey D. I think that's kind of.
How did they decide that? They can't just be like everybody who's in the band? Like,
Yeah, I don't get that. I don't know. And also, they're the only two that are alive. The original classic lineup is dead.
all of them are dead?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
So, like,
Hopefully they at least get an invite if they get in.
it would be weird if Mickey and Phil accept on behalf of the dead
The three dead guys?
guys, but they're not.
It's weird.
It's just rude. Also,
Yeah,
I feel like
well.
it's kind of rude.
Anyone giving Wayne Static a posthumous award? No.
Not this year. Dave Matthews Band. Ugh.
I
Don't deserve it. Will get in.
probably.
Yeah,
Ugh,
but perfect. Yes, you're right. You're absolutely
they're
right.
very famous.
Yeah.
They should
And
tear
I
down
mean,
the-
like, look, I'm completely not in tune with it, but I feel like the people that I know that would be in tune with that, they're like worshipped by those people.
Rob, they should tear down his award and put up a parking lot. That is Dave Matthews, right?
No, that's Joni Mitchell.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Close.
No, are you joking? Because he did do a song like
They
that.
paved Paradise and put up a parking lot as Joni Mitchell.
didn't
He
he-
might have
he
covered
covered it
Big
then.
Yellow Taxi? Okay. I thank God I've never heard his
I think
version
so.
of it. Oof.
Thin Lizzy, how are they not in?
Yeah, but they're also
But I
like,
could
on
see
the
them not-
T-Rex
yeah.
Motorhead level.
Yeah,
Where
agreed.
like guys in rock bands know it, but like the general public doesn't really.
One thing in their advantage, I feel like The Boys Are Back in Town has almost become a meme in the last few years. But then again, the voters are old. They don't know
yeah,
memes.
yeah. And also dead lead singer again, so like what's
Yeah.
the rush?
I do kind of hate that song, but
It's not their best.
no. What do you think is their best?
Jailbreak's pretty good.
Yeah, I really like Jailbreak. Doobie Brothers. All right, sure.
What
Yeah,
about, I was
that-
going to say, for Thin Lizzy, we could have mentioned Whiskey in the Jarro.
Yeah,
for the,
also.
the
Oh, yeah.
second week in a row for some reason.
Doobie Brothers surprises me that they're not in because
Yeah.
like classic rock dudes love.
Oh,
that
my
band.
It's
God.
basically
Fucking
exactly
horrible.
what you're saying of like the voting body. For
Yeah,
this
that's
are just-
totally their
the-
wheelhouse.
You can't get them to shut the fuck up about
Yeah.
the Doobie Brothers. And I like the Doobie Brothers, but it's just a Nachamul already. Put a sock in it. I think it was Counting Crows I was thinking of that covered that song.
Okay, yeah. That
Sounds
sounds
similar,
right.
but
And the,
sorry, Dave Matthews Band.
the final first-time nominee would be Pat Benatar. Shocked that she's not in.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
deserves.
Should be in.
deserves. Won't be in.
Oh, really? I was
don't
going to say
think
100% lock will be in. That's
I
my
don't know.
They want to reach out to that girl power demographic.
Then how is
that
she
makes
not in
sense.
yet?
Well, they're correcting it.
Yeah, I hope so. I feel like she's very underrated. Those songs
Yeah,
are incredible.
owned the
They still hold up. And I tweeted about her. It turns out she was on tour, but she was playing Staten Island. I was like, I'm not gonna fucking
Fuck
What did
that.
you tweet about her?
like a few months ago. I was like, oh, I hope she's still around because she's so good. And
Still
then
around as in like alive?
No, still
You
like,
never know.
like active,
Oh.
like touring. And she was. She tours with her husband, which I think is really
Well,
sweet.
he was always her guitarist.
right. Not always.
All right, fine. Jeez.
Or No, I actually, he was not always her husband. I mean.
Well, yes, that's true. Before they met, he was not her.
Well, she was married to another guy. And then,
Scandalous!
She left that guy for this
For
husband.
the nanny. Oh, no.
No, for the guitarist. For her musical.
Like those rough hands. Covered in oil.
But the person who told me that she's still on tour said that she went and her voice is still amazing. So I was very happy to hear that. Cool. So I would love to see her be inducted.
Not in Staten Island.
And not in Staten Island and hear her watch it on HBO. That's what
Breaking news. This year's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame ceremonies moved to Staten Island.
Oh, my God.
And then returning nominees include, and my mind is blown, 9 Inch Nails. How are they not in? Like, they should be like triple
I have
nominees.
a feeling that maybe with that one, like, there's got to be an element of glad handing on the side of the artist to, like, sort of ingratiate themselves, and Trent Reznor doesn't seem like the type to give a fuck.
Good point.
Well, but he did show up last year to induct The Cure.
Oh,
So
well,
maybe
that's
now
a sign.
that
turned the page.
deserves it, should be in.
Yes.
I could see them going in.
I will
this year.
say yes.
Yeah.
51% yes.
Yeah. MC5, they get nominated all the time.
They're definitely deserving, but
Deserve-
nowhere near famous enough.
No, I don't think they'll get it, but
Agreed.
they deserve it. They're awesome. Kraftwerk, I'm genuinely stunned they're not in. Like, they're such a influential band. Like, there's so many bands that wouldn't exist if they weren't around.
But did they influence like rock bands though, or like more electronic?
Electronic,
Stuff.
industrial.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
industrial,
sure
yeah.
it would be cool to have 9 Inch Nails and Kraftwerk inducted the same year because there's probably a lot of mutual admiration there.
But then also potentially cancel each other out. Some votes. Oh, well, the next nominee, Depeche Mode, also a returning nominee. Can't believe they're not in.
Yeah.
Deserve to be in.
Yeah.
I could see them. I don't know. They're another one. They're like MC5. They get nominated all the time. And
They're way bigger than MC5.
yeah.
I would say
And still active.
Should be in. Will not get it.
Yeah. Rufus with Shaka Khan.
Is Shaka Khan already in as a solo artist?
No,
I don't know.
think so.
I'm not familiar enough to comment.
Really funk.
Get familiar with Shaka Khan. She's rules.
She's every woman.
Well, I'm familiar with that one, obviously.
You're familiar with every woman, Rob?
Todd Rundgren.
Yeah, I never
Don't
really
care.
cared about him. He's famous, I guess.
Prefer
but yeah,
his-
like he's like music nerd famous. He's not
Yeah.
like
Prefer his older brother Dolph.
He's the dream theater of that generation.
yeah,
And Judas Priest
probably
deserve to get in,
Yes,
will not
deserve-
get in.
yeah.
So I agree with that.
Same thing happened last year.
Same as Motorhead. Same
Yeah,
category.
that's what I was going to say. Motorhead and Judas Priest are going to cancel each other out because I feel like people are going to vote for one or the other, and they're not going to get enough because people are just going to like use that one vote as their metal vote.
It would be cool if they both got in and Rob Halford sang lead on some Motorhead songs.
That would be cool.
That'd be
Rob
fun.
Halford is.
Because you know they always have those jam sessions.
Yeah.
At the end.
I feel that they're occupy basically the same space in pop culture. Those two.
Yeah, very
sort of.
similar. Yeah. But I feel like Judas Priest probably has a better chance just because Halford's still alive. So at least you get. And other people from the band that are nominated are alive, so you'd actually get a performance out of it.
Now let me ask you
Unlike
this.
Motorhead.
I'm sorry. Is there any and Rob would know this better than I would. Is there any industry consciousness trying to be woke, and the fact that he's LGBT would that help them get in at all?
I don't think it.
Okay, they don't care.
It doesn't factor in. I don't think.
Just curious.
Because there'd have to be from on high, like an edict. Otherwise, everybody's just voting on their own. So how would they know?
Right.
That was a thing. I don't know. But
Would
they
you-
do.
Would you want that?
We had
know, but
Tim from Rage on the show talking about the nominating process, right? Do you remember any of that conversation? Like they all get a bunch of people get into a room and just throw out different band names, right? So maybe in that moment there could be some kind of consensus. I don't know.
Could be.
We'll have to go back to that Tim Comerford interview.
Get him back on the line.
All right. Well, that's the Rock Hall.
So no Static X is what you're saying this year.
Not this year.
When was their first release? Has it been 25 years yet? Maybe it's just because of the cutoff
It
time.
might be 20 years, yeah. So soon. They'll be
Start
up
that clock.
Pretty soon the new metal bands are going to... Limp Bizkit and Korn are going to be
Yeah.
eligible.
System
That's
of a Down.
crazy.
The
I could
3
see-
years.
I could see Korn getting in. I cannot see Limp Bizkit ever getting in.
I did find that Fort Minor song. If you want to
Okay.
hear it,
I can't. I could see System of a Down maybe, but not quite. I don't know.
Really?
I think you have to see how the chips fall, like who gets in and who doesn't, and once all the big names are like out of the way, like what in that second tier is left.
Who were the late '90s bands like Creed? They're not getting in.
Well, Soundgarden is up now.
The next generation. Foo Fighters 100% getting in first round, first ballot.
You mean like, all right, so
like moment they're eligible.
Weezer.
Ugh, yeah, they're gonna get in.
Rob's so disgusted by Weezer.
No Doubt.
I could see that.
I could take it. Weezer, though, definitely. Although, like, they're so bad now.
Counting Crows.
Ugh, probably.
Sha la 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 la.
Ugh.